So today we are going to talk a little bit more about value and how we're going to make this picture have a really neat background. When we talk about value of a color, we can make it look 3D by making it light on one side and dark on the other, just like this value scale is showing from dark gray to light gray. But in colors, we can also use a color, and for this I use crayon, and I press really hard to really light. But with color, again, the cool thing is you can also look at a color wheel and see what color is a neighbor to the color like that's darker, so like a red, and I can take the red and actually make this an even darker shade to make it like a shadow on a page. So I'm not really coloring the lines because I am definitely using the camera on one hand, but I'm just kind of pressing really dark on this orange, and then it gets lighter, lighter, and lighter. So you can make it look like there's shadows. So in our art picture, we're using the dark blue, but then I added purple to it because purple is next to blue on the color wheel. And for green and yellow, I used yellow first, and then yellow is next to the green on the color wheel. So I added that. And when we use crayon, I know people go, oh man, crayons, we haven't used those forever. But crayons are one of my favorite things because you can draw, for showing value, you can draw them really light. And I always like to just go up to the edge and draw it light. You don't have to do too much of it, but don't make it squiggle, squiggle, and leave lines open. But just kind of light. And then when you get to that source that you want it to be the shadiest part right here, you color it darker by pressing it harder. And if a crayon breaks by accident, it's not a big deal. Now you have two crayons. Sometimes if you peel it, you can color a whole area a little bit faster too. But I'm just doing it a little bit darker. And then I'm going to say to myself, or out loud if I had to, what color is next to red on the color wheel? Purple or orange? Orange might be a little lighter and make this red a little bit too light for me. So I'm going to go with the purple and take a purple and actually add a little bit up to the side just to give it more of a shadow next to that shady side of my picture. And I can make it light. I don't have to press too dark. It just mixes in the colors. And you can see that it's kind of popping off the page a little bit more with just a little bit of this crayon. So I kind of try to do this with crayon because crayons are more people don't think that we should use them anymore because they're older, but you know what? They actually are really fun. The only problem is kids get sick of doing it. Like I almost lost my train of thought when I was coloring. They just go like this and then they think they're done. But actually you can make that part of your picture. Add it like curly cues till you finish, or zigzags or X's over each other. Whatever you do, just remember to fill in the whole area and not leave it choppy like this one here, because for that I'm going to have to go back in and add more of this color, which I just found randomly in this giant crayon. I have no idea where I got it at. So we're just going to color in the whole thing, and then I look at here and I say, oh, what's next to green? Blue. So I'm going to shadow it with a little bit of blue, just up to the line. And then hopefully you'll finish it to the level that it feels nice and waxy all over.